Greetings everyone, this is Laura H. You're watching Beyond 7. Today I'm going to talk about the 6 human needs, a concept I picked up from Tony Robbins and Cloe Madanes and their coaching program. And I will also share with you how I applied this philosophy when I needed it. Now, what are these 6 human needs? I heard Tony Robbins at a point talking about how he developed the 6 human needs philosophy inspired by Maslow's pyramid. But hey, I'll stick with Tony Robbins and Cloe Madanes' program, the coaching program, and this is what I want to share with you. The 6 human needs are not just desires and something that somebody wants, but they're a bit more profound than that. They are basic conscious and subconscious needs that drive our behavior and pretty much everything that we do in life, our choices. Once you understand these needs, you will be able to see clearly that, yes, I'm doing this because of that need. I suggest you watch this video and also ask yourself, how does this apply to me? How do I satisfy this need, or how do I satisfy a different need, and why do I do certain things that I do, if you're interested. And first of all, before we continue, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. My channel is growing. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being a part of my community. The first need is the need for certainty. It is the assurance that we have or are, or life is in a certain way. It's pretty much the known part of our life. So you can have certainty in the financial part of your life, in the emotional part, safety for your life. It's pretty much about control. So imagine this, you are the head of household. You need to be certain that you can pay your bills. You need to be certain that you can provide for your family, that when you come home you have a certain relationship and certain stability on the emotional level with your partner, that you maybe live in a safe community, or that tomorrow is going to be a sunny day and not a big storm. All these represent the need for certainty. At this point, you can ask yourself, how does this apply to me? How do I make my decisions in regards with this need for certainty? See what comes up. The second need is the need for uncertainty, and this may look a bit paradoxical in opposition with the very first one, but think of it in this way. If you were certain about everything in your life, how would your life be? It would be boring, right? So this is why we need to satisfy this need that drives us, and this can be translated as a need for variety, for differences, for new people, new places. Some people study continuously because of this need. Everything that's about having new things, trying new stuff, that's what this need is about. Now, some people can go to extreme and satisfy this need for uncertainty in the most exuberant and adventurous ways, like cliff climbing and bungee jumping. But then there are others who prefer to just sit on their bed and zip through the TV channels, and that provides them with a variety which satisfies this need. These are 2 examples that go to different extremes, but I thought it was a good example for you to understand. So again, ask yourself, how does this need for uncertainty and variety apply in my life, in your life? The third need is the need for significance. To me, this need is one of the most obvious. It's the need for us to feel important. It's a need that pushes us to compete constantly with others or with ourselves. It's a desire to feel important, to feel acknowledged, to feel that we are somebody. Some people are very driven by this need, and when I did a test on the 6 human needs, I pretty much said to myself, no, I don't have this need. I'm fine, I'm okay with who I am. But surprise, basically, I do have this desire for significance and to feel acknowledged and to feel wanted and to feel like I bring value and so on. So again, ask yourself, how does this apply to me? How does this need drive me? Because if we are not aware, if you don't operate from a conscious level and acknowledge that this need for significance actually motivates our action, then we pretty much let this need operate from the background, from our subconscious mind, and you know how that goes. When you operate from a program that is not conscious, we're not in control of our life. We don't command our life. And again, the question is, do we want to do that, or do we want to have a conscious way of living? The fourth need is the need for connection and love. And it refers to our need, our feeling, our desire to be connected, to establish that relationship at the profound level, which we call love. We connect with human beings, we connect with plants, we connect with animals. And these desires stem from this need. This explains in a way why certain people stay in toxic relationships. So when we operate at the subconscious level, if we have this need, we have this tendency to accept and make a compromise with people who are not necessarily beneficial for the place and the moment in our life. In other words, we tend to accept things that otherwise we wouldn't accept. And the explanation is that when we're driven by this need to connect and to have love, this is what happens. To reverse this is to become aware that we have this need for connection and people, and then apply conscious measures to satisfy this need. So pretty much what will drive us, if we are conscious that we have this need, won't be a toxic and acceptance of CRAP from other people, but we will actually thrive in building relationships because we know, hey, I'm connecting here because I have this desire to connect and I have desire to receive and to give this energy that creates, or love, the way, whatever you want to call it. So again, ask yourself, how does this drive me? The fifth human need, the need for growth. This translates differently depending on age. If we are young, when I was younger than this, my desire, my need, my feeling, I was striving for growth on a professional level. But as we grow older, as I grew older, my interest shifted. You grow not just career-wise, but you also want to grow on other levels, such as on the emotional, beyond the intellectual to the spiritual realm. Tony Robbins says that when you stop growing, you die. Pretty much that's a metaphorical expression of how and what happens when you lose this interest to be more, to expand. Pretty much things start to collapse. Again, ask yourself, how does this need apply to me? What are the areas in my life where I want to grow or I need to grow? The sixth human need is the need for contribution. Some have this strong desire to give at an early age, and we all know one of those people who are very nurturing and have this desire to contribute with emotional support. But we develop certain needs for contribution later in life, and those can be not just emotional, but material, financial, and so on. It's a strong desire to give, to share what you have, and to share what you are. These six human needs are pretty simple, right? I'm going to repeat them. Need for certainty, uncertainty, significance, love and connection, growth and contribution. Now, I promise that I will tell you how I applied this philosophy and how this helped me. And you will see that once you understand these needs, you will pretty much understand what drives your behaviors and not just you. It did help me understand other people better. For instance, I went through a point in life when I wanted to quit my job, and this philosophy helped me understand that I needed certainty, not just financial certainty, because I was quitting my job and I needed to have a certain level of income and certain financial stability to allow me to be comfortable with making the decision to quit. But also I needed, for instance, uncertainty. When I was at this job, I was bored and I needed to diversify, I needed to expand, and I felt like I wasn't growing. So again, I made decisions based on these needs, and once I understood myself better, I could make these decisions better. I'm going to tell you another example of a friend of mine who stayed in her comfort zone, and that prevented her from exploring certain things and trying certain things such as public speaking. And once we approached this 6 human needs philosophy, she understood that she was too much into this need for certainty, and then she also was striving to satisfy this need for uncertainty and variety. She was able to let go. I hope this video helped again. I hope you're asking yourself, hey, how does this apply to me? I strongly encourage you to look into these 6 human needs and read more about them, because again, when you understand the philosophy behind it, which is pretty simple, it's one of those things that makes you think, oh my God, why haven't I thought about this? You will immediately be able to understand people who you interact with and understand that their behavior is basically probably could be a subconscious desire to have this need secured. And when we have that knowledge, we don't necessarily react, which sometimes I do, but we connect at deeper levels and we can offer compassion and have better communication and better relationships and better life. Share this video, subscribe. Thank you again for liking this video, and love to you. Love and connection, right? Ciao for now.